Our program is focusing on blue carbon and marine conservation across 3 ecosystems and their biodiversity, including mangroves, seagrass beds, and coral reefs. Talking about blue carbon first, the really, really exciting thing is that in the recent Paris Accords at the Climate Change Conference, there was a lot of focus on carbon sinks and identifying new carbon sinks and how to augment current carbon sinks. And one thing, of course, is that people were focusing on the forest, tropical forests, temperate forests, boreal forests. But the thing that also they were touching on, it's going to be doubtlessly, the wave of the future, which is currently cutting edge, is blue carbon. And we all ask why. And one of the reasons is because blue carbon per area is capable of sequestering or storing or capturing 50 times more carbon than forests, or let's say terrestrial forests, because in some cases blue carbon speaks to aquatic forests, so to speak, such as wetlands, such as mangroves. So this is one of the reasons why we really are interested in bringing this topic to bear and providing and offering this program, because blue carbon is, doubtlessly the wave of the future. A typical day for the program, now keep in mind that half the program is going to be field study, right, with our professors on site and studying in the ecosystems themselves. And then the other half is going to be the students on their own doing their research. So if we talk about what a typical day is, in the first half of the program, when the group is all together and we're with the professors, generally, depending on the weather, we'll wake up pretty early. And so about 8:30, we'll have a discussion, which is usually in an outdoor rancho, talking about the topic of the day, which could be any kind of organism. We could be doing, seagrass productivity. We could be doing measuring coral reef health, whatever that is. So there'll usually be about an hour discussion. And then everyone will get their gear, will get all of the equipment we need for the method and methodologies you're going to use that day. We'll get on the boat and we'll go to the site. We spend about 3 hours in the water, swimming around, and then getting to the site we need to. As we swim, we set up all the equipment, and students begin to take their data. They apply the methodologies. The professors are in the field with them, answering questions, showing them how to use the equipment. Students gather their data. They're usually in small groups, 3, 4, 5 students, depending on the size of the group. They collect their data, and then eventually, it's probably about lunchtime by then, 12:31. We all get back in the boat, come back, everyone has lunch, and then everyone comes back together to the rancho and they start analyzing their data, getting, in terms of that could consist of identifying sea creatures collected, identifying sea plants. It could be a gazillion different things, and then they start to analyze their data, identify, they consolidate their data. Each group puts together a presentation of what they did in the day, meaning the data they gathered, the meaning of the data, the results, their analyses, and then they present in the afternoon about 4 or 5 o'clock. Then we'll have dinner, and then we'll have a short discussion after dinner about the methods that were used, about students' experiences, and then talk about what's to come the next day. Oftentimes, the students should probably know, in 2 of the 3 sites, we're in really remote areas, so we're on islands. So in terms, perhaps, if students are thinking about nightlife and such, on those 2 islands, that's not going to be the case. And because it's a really intensive program, students will be surrounded by water all of the time, so they should really know in advance that this is kind of, an environment that they're going to be in, and be sure that this is the environment that they like, because that's going to be really important throughout the 6 weeks of the program.